Getting to know this person was the biggest mistake of my life. It absolutely was. I should have known better. I should have divinated on this person on the regular. But like I said, I thought she was a changed person. I thought she was different from how she used to be. Now, back in the YouTube days, she was very much inebriated quite a bit in her videos. Um, and then, of course, it went quickly over to TikTok. I had seen videos of her carrying on arguments with multiple people, um, saying that, she, yeah, she hexes pets. Yes, she hexes children. Uh, you know, just to egg on someone, right? Just to push buttons for people. She loves to push buttons. She thinks it's funny. And while I can, I can get down with a little button pushing myself. It's not something I live my life for. It's not my personality like it is hers. She really enjoys the fight and the arguments, regardless of whether she's actually done something or not. If she gets accused of it, you best believe she's going to make everyone, and I mean everyone, believe that she really does do that. She really is that type of person. But I later found out that a lot of things that she was accused of or that she admitted to doing was bullshit. She never really did that. She never really did these things that she said she did. It was a bluff. And a lot of people did fall for it. But those things that she was bluffing about, they were serious. It wasn't something that you should never joke about, right? You shouldn't joke about calling ice on people. Ever. You shouldn't joke about being a person who hexes children. Okay? If you choose to do that, that's your business. That's your morals. Okay? I get that. But if you don't do that and you pretend you do, what kind of a witch does that make you? Really? What kind of a witch are you really? Now, this was all at the end of 2023, I believe. Now, I may be wrong on the dates by a smidge, okay? But I'm trying to stay within the timeline as much as possible. So, I seen a video where she's inebriated and she is speaking to a mother, or making a response video to a mother that she has most definitely hexed their child and will definitely hex children. Okay. And I thought, wow, you're really going out there. That's odd to me, right? Um, the things that she's accused me of are atrocious. And if someone was to accuse me of doing something like that, I would damn sure get on here and say with my whole ass mouth, no, I didn't do that. No, I would never do that. That's not who I am. So, if anyone ever really paid attention to her lives, really listened to what she had to say, she stated that within her practice and what she was initiated into doesn't allow her to do things like that. What she's allowed to do is justice workings, but she's not allowed to just go off and hex people or children or pets or anything. And that is, to be quite frank with you, if she's even initiated into anything. I don't know this for certain. I know that I have seen her do rituals on live. I have seen things enter the room in the background. What I thought might be Orishas uh, may not have been that, right? Because, like I said at the time, I didn't divinate. I didn't do my own due diligence like I should have, right? But I did do due diligence. What I did do is I kept all of my proof. So when you keep your proof, right, what does it say about you? It says that you don't trust the person that you are hanging out with, right? Right. So somewhere deep down within my soul and in the back of my big old brain, my people were telling me, don't delete that. Don't get rid of it. You may need it someday. And so I kept everything. Now, we're going to go into the beginning of 2023. There was a lot of fighting going on between multiple groups within Witch Talk. You had the blonde-haired chick that used to hang out with Wendy. You had the person I was hanging out with that sat on live 24/7. And then you had the other side that had the Irish witch, the druid, uh, the Italian Strega witch, and the Santa Muerte devotee. So you had that group. So you had three groups that were fighting back and forth, right? Making accusations against one another, and it was insane, right? So since I was in the group with the lady who says she's initiated in a practice but won't disclose what practice it is, and I don't really care what practice, if she's even in a practice, I don't really know. I don't know this. I can tell you that everything that she has stated about me has been a lie, a straight up lie. So at that time, she started kind of sprinkling a few stories in with me. We were actually speaking on Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and we were talking on the phone and through a Text Now app. Text Now app. That's exactly what it was. Because when they would get their phone shut off, that's how they would have to communicate, as long as they had internet. So they were telling me little bits and bobs of stories about all these people, all the alleged nasty things that they have done to people. Now, I'm not saying that everybody was innocent. I'm not saying that at all. We've all done our fair share of some nasty shit in our life, right? Right. I know that things have occurred. Not everybody has clean hands. Okay? I know this. But what she did was gave me so many horror stories about these other people that I was like, what the hell? I mean, it must be true. You were hanging out with these people at one point in time, and then all of a sudden, you walked away and you stopped and you started doing your own thing by yourself, being solo. So something must have happened. Something must have occurred. But she had a bestie at the time. And that bestie, well, that bestie walked away too. Yep. Sure did.
Butter-drenched buttercup, popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
Show starts in 9 minutes.